Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. Today we're reacting to Mel Kiper's NFL draft grades for the Cowboys. And as promised, per OG Rung Tag, we're going to merge it, since Mel went a little bit light on his overall reaction stuff, to what I would have done each time the Cowboys were on the clock. I think it's also good to have that transparency. And that way, if I was an idiot 3 years from now, everyone has a screenshot and they can use it. Like, look how dumb you are. I think it's very fair. Kiper's draft grades. Here we go. All 32 teams. He actually gave the Cowboys a lower grade than what he did in 2023, by the way. Which he also got, he's back to doing like giving everybody Bs, which I kind of hate. He viewed the Cowboys' needs as offensive line, running back, and linebacker. And in the end, mostly dinged them for not drafting a running back early on in this year's NFL draft. Now, we have you covered, even though there's a bit of a lull between now and rookie minicamp and actual minicamp. We're still going to have at least one video every single day for you guys. We already broke down my in-depth Cowboys draft grades, each pick right after the NFL draft was over, because I had grades on every player that they took this year, which doesn't always happen. Glad it happened this time around. So hit that sub button, youtube.com/CowboysTV if you haven't already. Over to round one, Tyler Guyton, which was a very popular mock draft pick for Dallas, and Kiper did like to trade down, which I think is very valuable, especially since it also led to Cooper Beebe. Here's what Mel wrote on the Guyton pick. The Cowboys were able to trade down 5 spots in round 1 and pick up an extra third rounder and still get their guy. By the way, I do believe that Barton was higher on their board. Graham Barton was higher. Guyton is going to get a chance to either start at left tackle, and from what I see on tape, I think he can make the move over from the right side. He has special ability as a pass protector and can get to the second level in a hurry in the run game. I think there's a lot of room to develop here for Tyler Guyton. The traits are really intriguing. Is he going to develop the way he needs to? I would hope the Cowboys heavily encourage him to go meet and go train with Duke Manyweather. I think good things will happen in that case. They needed the extra picks, though. This team had a bunch of needs, so I get the trade down is almost always a good idea, so I wasn't too mad at it. I want you guys to do what Mel and I have already done. That's grade the Dallas Cowboys draft class. A, B, C, D, or F. Drop your grades at the pinned comment of today's video. That ad comes. It's fine. Just ignore it on YouTube. Go vote instead. Here's what Mel put on both Marshawn, Kneeland, and Cooper Beebe. They had the talent to step in and play significant snaps as rookies. Kneeland is excellent against the run and has developed pass rush moves. I need to see more on the pass rush side out of Marshawn Kneeland. That was my big ding on him. I completely agree on the run stopping. I think he was one of the better run stoppers at defensive end this year. You needed more of those. You had real issues when teams were able to run away from Tank Lawrence, or he was off the field. I think Kneeland can really help you in that area, and I hope the pass rush side comes along, because 4.5 sacks in 10 games against the Mid-American Conference and only 37 pressures isn't good enough for me. I need to see more regardless of what he was asked to do for the Broncos. Cooper Beebe was by far my favorite pick in this year's class. I had him at 41st overall on my board. You get him in the 70s. It's immense value for me. He will be, I think, your starting center. He has practiced center before, but there will be some adjustment period there after all. It's worthwhile given that all the other top centers had gone off already. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. Pick more, pick less. That is it. You can get in on the NBA playoff action. You can to 100x your money, times your money on Prize Picks as you and the world's best players take the game to a new level during basketball's postseason. Plus, there's hockey and esports, baseball, and more, and even season-long NFL Prize Picks. Although you do have to wait longer to get those payouts. You're gonna have to make your picks and then forget them for a little bit there. Here is what I am doing for my season-long Prize Picks. I got Patrick Mahomes more than passing yards, Dak more than passing yards, which I feel better about given the state of the running back room at the moment. You're going to have to throw it a lot. CeeDee Lamb more than receiving yards, and Micah Parsons more than 12.5 sacks. All of those numbers were less than what they did last year. If they stay healthy, they're going to hit it. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Link is in the comment section and the description all of today's show. Here's what Mel wrote on Marist Liufau. It was a reach on my board, but I know Dallas wants to be better against the run, and it'll help there. What keeps Dallas from a higher grade was not taking a running back in place of Liufau, particularly with several really good ones available. I would be inclined to agree. I actually think Liufau could be a better coverage guy than a run stopper. I think I'm worried about the instincts. Mel and I both had him a little bit lower. That's fine. I would agree like that. Like once you got to the 5th round, all the good backs were gone. I think you could have gotten a good one. I think you could have gotten a good one in with that extra 3rd round pick. Now, are you mad the Cowboys did not draft a running back? Not round 1, not even round 2, but the 3rd. That's where I was disappointed. Maybe not mad, but disappointed. Y for yes, N for no in the comments section. This is the last quote Mel has on Caelen Carson, or on the Cowboys draft picks. Underrated cornerback who's a starter for 4 years at Wake Forest. Thanks for the insight there, Mel. Again, our draft coverage had a little bit more insight on each player taken. I honestly thought I was going to be lower than where Caelen Carson went. I ended up being higher on him than where he went. So I do like that pick a lot for the Cowboys. I think he is a high football IQ, Mike Zimmer type of corner. I did like the value a lot there in the 5th round, especially once the running backs were kind of all gone. Quickly on the other players, Ryan Flournoy, I am very intrigued by because he has the speed this team doesn't have. There is a severe lack of juice in terms of actual vertical speed on this Cowboys roster on offense. It is a slow group overall. Flournoy at least adds some speed there, but he's a small school guy, probably needs some time. Nathan Thomas is going to play guard, which is what we had put, by the way, in our instant reaction. I'm like, I might try him at guard. I think he profiles better there. Then he came out afterward and said, yeah, the Cowboys are going to go down that route there. Justin Rogers he's not going to move much in the passing game and won't get moved much in the running game either. Before we go, I did promise this, how I would have handled the draft. I think we'll do this every year going forward. I really liked OG Run Tag's idea, what I would have done with trades and without the trade. So the no trade version, I would have taken Graham Barton at 24, and this is the guys that were on the board based on my board, with best player available within reason. Like I wasn't going to take back-to-back left tackles, which came in with my actual 8 picks, more than that in a little bit. Graham Barton would have been my round 1 pick. I would have taken Kingsley Sumataya in round 2. Jalen Wright in round 3. I did have Troy Franklin higher on my overall board there, but I would have gone with the running back need more importantly there. Malik Washington in the 5th would have been a sprint to the podium pick. Gabriel Murphy didn't get drafted, so one of us is going to be right there. I actually would have taken Nathan Thomas in the 7th. I actually do like that value, and I'll keep it consistent because I do like that pick. Curtis Jacobs in the 7th was a highly ranked player, was my best available linebacker at that time, and my top UDFA would have been Bo Brady, so I would have gone after that one there. The actual 8 picks, once the trade down happened, I had Johnny Newton higher on my board, but I think if I'm being honest here, I would have been so desperate and drafting so much for need with the way this team is set up, I would have taken Tyler Guyton. And if you want to go Newton Sumataya, okay. I don't know how you're getting a center there. Would have been like a center in the 6th with Matt Lee or 7th with Matt Lee, which is fine, I guess. But that's I think if I were actually on the clock, I would have said, screw it, I'm taking Tyler Guyton. I need the offensive line help. I would have taken Beebe in the 2nd. That's how much I like that 3rd round pick. And then Troy Franklin in the 3rd, Jalen Wright. You can flip. Maybe I would have flipped them and gone right out of I don't want to miss on a back that I really like. But Franklin was also there, so with the next pick, so half of one, 6 of the other. Jalen Ford was super high for me at linebacker, left on the board there. I think went 1 pick later. Gabriel Murphy again, Nathan Thomas again. I would have gone ahead and double dipped at linebacker and added 2 guys to kind of round out my room. So in this scenario, I'm not getting a defensive tackle, but you're kind of doing that in the 7th round anyway. So I think interest of transparency. You guys can call me stupid in a couple years as well if you like to, or stupid now if you don't like those picks. That's totally fine. Whose draft did you like more? The hypothetical from me, what I would have done on the clock, or what the Cowboys actually did. TD for Tom Downey, DC for the Dallas Cowboys. Vote in the comments.